Hey guys, welcome to the video. So today we are going to be chatting all about the Escape Halloween 2023 lineup. You guys really liked this setup that I did for the EDC Orlando lineup, which is this tier ranking system where I'm giving you guys some recommendations on things that I would personally be going to see. So I wanted to bring this back because this was really fun. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the lineup, definitely stay tuned. I am selling tickets through my Insomniac affiliate link. So if you guys still need to get your tickets for Escape Halloween, I will link them down below. One thing I do want to say about this lineup before we dive in that I really enjoy is that it definitely skews more on like the bass and hard dance and drum and bass, even melodic dubstep side of things. You still have house and techno, but I do think they play into the Halloween theme, which is really cool. So if you guys are into more of those genres, this could be a good option for you. I have never personally attended Escape. I know it's a very big mainstream event. It attracts in a lot of crowds outside of the rave scene because it is a holiday. So I've heard it can be hit or miss as far as like festival experience goes, but today we're just going to chat about the lineup. So with all that being said, this is my ranking system for the video. So at the top in the green, we have our non-negotiables. So this for me is somebody who I'm like, fam, I'm not missing it. If I have to go solo, I'm going solo, but it is a non-negotiable. We are at that set 100%. Must see is like top of my list. It is a huge priority to me. I really, really want to see that artist set. I could be down is like, I'm going to see where the music takes me. I could definitely be swayed. I could be down to go see them. I want to explore some new stuff. Need to listen is on here because I think it's really important when you see a name that you don't recognize on a lineup that you take the time to listen to them. So there are some people on here who I want to sit with a little bit more before I recommend them. And then not for me is just it's not my taste. I just know I wouldn't go out of my way if there are set conflicts and stuff like that. I would probably be skipping their set. Do not take personal offense to that if you are into that artist, guys. We all have different tastes. It's all good. So with that being said, let's start from the top. Above and Beyond. That is an absolute non-negotiable every single time. I love them with all my heart and soul. They're one of my favorite artists. It's the most beautiful, like uplifting trance vibes. Such a good time. They write messages up on their screen live to you and it just hits you in your feels and it's so good. So I would definitely say they are a non-negotiable for me. Buns, I'm going to put on Need to Listen To. This was a new discovery for me. I did not recognize their name, but I believe they're on more of like the melodic bass / dubstep side of things. Calyx, I would say same thing. I would say not for me. This is in the drum and bass category, I believe, which there is a lot of drum and bass on here, which I'm fucking stoked about. But Calyx was like not my favorite when I listened. I would say Cannibalist, Need to Listen To more. She had a really dope sound, more in the bass music side of things, but I wasn't as familiar. So before I'm swayed, I want to give her more time. Charles D, I definitely could be down. He's from New York City. He's opened for a lot of people. He's been at like Izu and our local venues over here. He's more on the progressive house, like melodic techno side of things. So I could definitely be down for that always. Shalina Manahutu, same thing. She's an awesome house artist. She plays a lot of the Elro shows. I've seen her a few times. She's always really good live. This one for me, I'm between a must-see and a non-negotiable just because I feel like I'm going to put non-negotiable. Sid, B3B, Hugel, B3B, West End, just like all incredible house music artists. Some more on the tech house side, a little bit of like Latin, Spanish house in there too. I just feel like that would be a fucking vibe. And I haven't seen Hugel live yet. West End and Sid are incredible producers. So I'm going to put that as non-negotiable. Okay, Code Blackout. I'm going to say not for me, but I will recommend it. So this is going to be on the hard dance side of things, which we haven't touched on yet, but this is a side project that I believe launched as of May. I have some notes on this here. It's a new live act launched in May. It's a heavy hard dance act. He wears a mask when he DJs and it's all about like this like total darkness kind of vibe. So could be really, really cool. Not for me personally though. Code Co, I'm going to say I could be down. This was also a new discovery for me, but it was more on like the melodic kind of progressive sounding side. Like it reminded me of like Griffin and Audion, that kind of vibe. So if you're into those artists, I feel like you would like Code Co. So I'm going to say I could be down. Same for Crystal Skies. Again, I don't get to see a lot of melodic and future bass at festivals, so I do like that there is like a heavy presence of that here, and Crystal Skies has some awesome hits, so I definitely could be down for that. Culture Shock, I would say could be down. This is another drum and bass artist that's like very much on the come up that has a track with Dimension. I fucking love Dimension. So on the drum and bass side of things, I could definitely be down to go check out Culture Shock. Danny Olson, I'm also going to say I could be down. So this was also somebody I had discovered. They just did a remix of one of Slander's tracks. It's very like epic sounding, like cinematic, like big melodic bass kind of music. He's a trained composer as well, which I think is very cool. I feel like we're seeing a lot of that in the melodic bass scene. So Danny Olson could be down for that. Darren Styles. Okay, Darren Styles I could be down for, again, on more of like the hard style side of things. He's one of the biggest names out there. And again, even though I don't listen to it that much, I just feel like out of all of like the hard dance kind of music, his style is something I could be down with. So we're going to throw him there. Afrojack, same thing. I could be down. Honestly, it just depends on who's playing at the same time. I've seen Afrojack a bunch of times, but he is always fun. And for some of the bigger headliner names, I can always fuck with Afrojack, so I could be down for that. Death Pact, I would say probably not for me. He kind of falls more on like the res sounding side of things, that very like deep, heavy kind of like lower frequency sound. So not exactly my cup of tea, but very, very good producer. DJ Isaac, back-to-back Say My Name hard style set. I'm going to say not for me again, fam. I think we know what I like at this point. But if you are into like heavy hard style, you like Say My Name, like that combination for a back-to-back, like the back-to-backs are always really special. So I do like tend to lean towards going to back-to-backs when they're available. DJ Snake, honestly, I'm going to say must see just because it's been a while. And I used to like really, really like DJ Snake and be into him. And I feel like his sets are really fun and high energy. And you never know what you're going to get. Like he just has so many good tracks. And I feel like he can throw some heavier shit in there too sometimes. And he's fun. So I'm going to put must see. I feel like it's been a minute. So we can go check him out. DJ Top Gun, I'm going to say could be down. He is a house music artist, more in that like bouncier bass house sound, so definitely could be down. I need to check him out a little bit more. Then we have Ed Rush and Optical. This is a Virus 25th anniversary set, which sounds super special. I'm gonna say I could be down because they've been around since like the 90s, obviously doing their thing. They're doing a 25th anniversary set, and like mad fucking respect to that. So I think that'd be really, really cool. And they're, again, more drum and bass. Sorry if I said that already. Emo Night, must see for me. I haven't had a chance to catch any of the Emo Night spectacles at any of the Insomniac events so far, and I know they're doing this whole new partnership with them, and like I'm emo at heart, so yes, please. I'm gonna say Gravedigger back-to-back Geo is not for me. I believe this is much on like the heavier hard dance side of things, so it's not my jam. Green Velvet is gonna be our next non-negotiable. He is absolutely one of the best house music producers, fucking legend. He is one of my favorite people to see live. Like his EDC Orlando set last year was one of the best things I've ever heard in my life, like from start to finish, impeccable. So yes, please. Hesh, not for me. Same thing with Heckler. I would also say not for me. Armin van Buuren is always a must-see just because I need the trance feels and I need the nostalgia, and he makes me happy, and I like watching him DJ. He's just such a happy dude. So yes, please. Next up, we have Hung back-to-back Mize. Also say hi to Ali. He's coming here to say hi to me. I believe this is more on like the melodic bass side. I wasn't as familiar, but Hung kind of reminds me more of like dabbing kind of vibes. But I'm gonna say I need to listen to it a little bit more just to see if I'm down. Hot Since 82 is gonna be a non-negotiable for me. I haven't seen him since like Elroad 2021, I want to say, and he's one of my favorite house music producers. He's incredible live, so definitely gonna put him up there. Ian Asher, I need to listen to a little bit more. I'm not as familiar. Jamie Jones, I would say, is a must-see. Also an amazing house producer. JVNA, probably not for me. I don't really listen to her music too much. A Kid throwback set, I'm just intrigued by that. I could be down. I'm intrigued. I haven't seen Kid in so long either, but I remember when he was like first coming out in the scene, really being into him. So a throwback set, that just sounds fun. Kid back-to-back 1788L, probably not for me. I like the two of them. I've seen them both separately. But again, it's that kind of like heavier electronic sound, and I just don't know if it's like my jam. So I'm going to say not for me. Same with Kayvon. I saw him for the first time at Okeechobee, and it was just a little too like mainstreamy for me. Usually he's more on like the melodic side of things, but it just like was, I don't know, did not wow me, so I'm not in a rush to go see him again. Cast, I'm going to say must see. This was a discovery for me looking at this lineup. This is on the techno side of things. Some tracks were more melodic than others. Some were more like driving, but it was pretty fucking fire. So I'm going to say must see because I want some need some techno on this lineup. Cascade is a non-negotiable. Absolutely love everything he's doing right now. I've been loving his sets live. He's thrown more techno in there. He's got the KX5 project. So yes, I'm about it. Arm & Hammer, not usually my cup of tea. Celtic, I would say probably need to listen to more. This is also on the hardstyle side of things. When I was checking it out, it was not like the hard dance music that I like that gives me a headache. That's just like too heavy. It kind of was like a little bit more my style, so I'm like on the fence a little bit about that. Lady Faith I want to be down for because she's one of like the most well-known hard dance acts like in the world, and I just would love to like go finally check her out and support. And that's again why like just exploring this lineup and seeing other acts outside of what I normally listen to, I feel like I would want to make a point to go see Lady Faith. Lauren Lane definitely could be down. She's an awesome house producer. Lily Palmer, ooh, that's probably a must-see for me. She is a fierce techno act, super driving, super powerful, absolutely love her, and she's been like dropping some heat lately, so definitely want to go see Lily Palmer. Liquid Smoke, this is Morning Rituals. I believe this was like a liquid drum and bass set, if I'm not mistaken. This is like a side project. Yes, this is Smokeland's side project, and it's liquid drum and bass. I'm intrigued, fam. Let's go see what that's all about. I feel like that would be good. I don't even know how to pronounce this name. I'm going to say need to listen to because I'm actually not sure who that is. Looney Tunes is hard dance, also not really kind of my jam. Then we have Loco Dice. I'm always down for Loco Dice. I feel like that could be fun. Mackie G is a must-see. Mackie G is probably one of my favorite drum and bass artists. I feel like he's got some really, really good tracks. And I've just found myself listening to drum and bass a lot more this year. So definitely do not sleep on Mackie G. That's a good one. Same thing with Mala. Mala is always a must-see for me. I'm like an OG Mala fan when he like first came onto the scene and can always be down for his sets. So yes, please. And then we got AT Aliens. I think I put this out of order. I'm going to say I could be down. It just depends on my mood. I really don't listen to AT Aliens a lot, but just depending on who's at the same time, like definitely could be swayed to go see them. Mariana Bo, I would say need to listen to more. I'm not as familiar. Matroda is an absolute non-negotiable. When it comes to like tech house producers or just like house producers right now that are killing it, there's something about Matroda that I just find like extremely refreshing and hard, and it just makes me want to like shake my ass and have a great fucking time. And just like his song selection is like chef's kiss. Every time I hear it, I love listening to his sets afterwards if I've missed the festival that he's played at, and he's just fire. So if you need like a really, really fire tech house set, go see Matroda. It would be a non-negotiable for me. Same thing with Matroda, back-to-back Sam Pacho. I would say that's a must-see. I would definitely see him twice in one weekend, no questions asked, and I haven't seen Sam Pacho live. Max Styler is a non-negotiable for me. He is an up-and-coming house producer that I've been obsessed with. He's had some of my favorite releases in the past year. You guys would probably recognize a lot of his tracks that have come out, and I just think he's going to absolutely blow up, and I haven't seen him yet. He is playing Groove Cruise, which I'm super excited about, but yeah, he would be a non-negotiable for me just because I'm excited to see him like earlier in his career. Same with MK. I'm going to say MK is a non-negotiable just because of his like discography and how many hits he has, and I would just be like dancing my butt off, singing my heart out. So yes, I'm always down for MK. Muerte is on the heavier bass side of things, so I'm going to say not for me personally. Masubi was giving me like stoner bass music energy, which is also not really my jam, you guys, but I'm going to say not for me. But if that is your thing, definitely check it out. Nia Archives, I still need to listen to more. She's got a very interesting sound. It's a little bit more on the drum and bass side of things, but she's a really cool, like eclectic artist. I just need to like give her more of a chance. Night Punk drum and bass set, definitely would be down to check that out. I feel like that'd be fun. Patrick Topping is an amazing house music artist. Always going to be down to see him. Ben Nicky Presents Extreme. I love when he does these like special sets because he does his Emotional Havoc one, I believe is his trance like special set that he does. And I'm pretty sure the Extreme set that he does is more hard dance sounding, which makes sense for this festival. Rainer Zonneveld is a must-see. He is a live techno act, techno producer. He builds all of his beats live. He is absolutely amazing. I think he just broke a Guinness World Record, I'm pretty sure, for playing one of like the longest techno sets. He's awesome. Rez, I can always be down for. It just depends on my mood. I absolutely love her. I think she's amazing. I think she's set her own path in her own like genre and style of music. It just completely depends on my mood and if I'm like in the mood for that sound or not, because it can be very like dark and overwhelming sometimes. Robin Ballier, I would say need to listen to more, but is an up and coming house and techno producer. Same with Rohan. This is in the drum and bass kind of side of things. Rossi is an absolute must-see. I love her. I interviewed her on my podcast, Rave Culture Cast. She does a lot of trap, but some bass music, but it's just like very new sounding and modern. I just really like her vibe. So definitely would see Rossi. Senza was a good discovery for me. I'm going to say I could be down. He was a little bit more on like melodic bass side of things, but also some of his other tracks were like eclectic. He kind of like mixed it up, and I like the artists that like genre blend. So that was a good discovery for me. I feel like I could be down for Senza. I could be down for Shipwreck. They're like a kind of like, they remind me of a Loud Luxury type vibe. Siren, I would say need to listen to more. Skeleton, I would say not for me personally. Slander is a must-see. Usually, again, not typically my jam, but as far as like bass music producers go, melodic bass, we do love a lot of Slander tracks, and if we want to get in our feels and also headbang, we want to go see Slander. Black Sun Empire, back-to-back the Upbeats. This is a major drum and bass act that I could definitely be down for. I want to read this description from Spotify because I thought it was so interesting. They're intense, dramatic, neuro-funk, dark step, been around since the late 90s. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Space 92, X Pop-Off presents Turbulences. Must see 100%. Space 92 has had some tracks with Hilo, which is Oliver Heldens' techno alias, and has just released so much good music lately. So again, if you guys are into like Hilo or that techno sound, Space 92 is a must see. Swan is a must see for me. This is one of my friends, Mike, who I used to go to EDC with back in the day, who created this project, and it's really cool, like eclectic sounding. He does some bass music, some electronic, and I was just stoked to see his name on this lineup, so I definitely want to go out and support him. So definitely check out Swan. He's awesome. Sudden Death is not for me. It's just not my type of music. Taylor Cade, I would say I could be down for. Taylor is an awesome human being. I hosted the EDC Las Vegas live stream with him in 2022, which was really cool, and he's a DJ as well, so I feel like you guys would definitely like him. Chami is always a must-see for me. 3-6 Mafia, honestly, I could be down. It just depends on the vibe. I just feel like that would be fun to throw in the mix, because like why the fuck not at like an EDM festival, going to see 3-6 Mafia like could be really fun. I just feel like the crowd may not be the best at that set, so that's the only thing that was like holding me back from that. To be honest, definitely could be down for. You would recognize their track Party. It's a tech house act that is kind of like up and coming, so I feel like that would be a good one. Wade is a must-see for me. Just really brilliant house music artist that I think has a really fresh sound. Wilkinson, I can always see on the drum and bass side of things. Definitely love his music. William Black could be down. I love a lot of his tracks. He's more on like the melodic bass and dubstep side of things. Yeah, Tip, I would say probably not for me. Zed, always down for Zed. Again, just depends on the vibe. And Zomboy, I could always be down for. As far as like bass music goes, I've seen Zomboy a couple times, and I just really enjoy his live sets, and I feel like he has an awesome sound, so I could always be swayed to go see some of Zomboy for sure. Alrighty, fam. I hope you enjoyed seeing the lineup broken down with this tier ranking system again. Again, this is just my artists and what I like personally, what I listen to. So again, if you're into different types of genres, you might like some of the things that I put down as not for me, but I think it's an overall really great lineup. Again, it's nice that there's a lot of bass music and melodic bass, a lot of drum and bass on here that I would be down for, but then you get those like breaks of your major headliners or some house and techno in there too. So definitely explore and check out the different stages. And again, if you need tickets, I am selling them through my Insomniac affiliate link. So definitely click on my Escape tickets down in my bio if you want to support me directly. I really appreciate you guys buying tickets through my links. I'm pre-recording this video right now because I'm going out on maternity leave, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, and please consider hitting the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any of my future videos coming out. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Fall into you.